What's up and welcome to the Under 10 Fitness workout series. Here I have put together all of the workouts that you will need for the entire month. It's broken down into weeks. So what you'll do is pick a start date. If you select Monday to be the start date, you'll do workout number 1 and then complete all of the consecutive workouts up to workout number 7, and then you'll repeat that for the next 4 weeks. It's very simple. All of the workouts are there for you. They're going to take about 30 minutes apiece, and that includes your warm-up time and cool-down time. But before we get started, I want to show you a few movements that are going to be in the videos and how you can either make those movements a little bit easier or a little bit more challenging so that everybody can get the most out of these videos. So let's get started. We're going to go over different movements that you will find in these video series and how you can either make those movements harder or easier. Depending on where you are at in your journey towards health and fitness, you might either be a little more advanced or you might just be beginning. So we're going to help you with every specific movement that we go through. One of the movements that we like to do is a lunge. Now, Brittany, if you'd like to demonstrate an alternating lunge, this is what we do in the videos. You'll find these. You're alternating sides. You step a foot forward, plant the foot, and lunge down and alternate. Now, if this is too hard, what you can do is you can use a chair to add a little bit of assistance. Stand next to a chair, and as you're lunging, just use the chair for balance. You're not going to need to put all of your weight onto the chair. It's there just to assist a little bit. Now, if this is still too challenging, sometimes a unilateral movement, meaning one side, is going to be hard if you're just beginning. So you'll do a bilateral movement using both legs. More stability, more control, and in that case, you'll do a squat. So Brittany, if you'd like to demonstrate just a squat, body weight squat, both feet are flat on the ground. The hips start the movement. She drives the hips back. That will help keep your feet flat on the ground. And then if a squat is still a little bit challenging, you can do a box squat where you can use the same chair and squat to the chair, barely touch, and then come back up. And if that's still too hard, you can add a little bit of height to the chair by using a pillow. There you will shorten the range of motion even more. And depending on where you start, this might be good for you. That's it. Another signature move that we like to use is a droopy. Now, I'm very proud of this one because I was very clever when I created it, and I basically just took a burpee and modified it just a little bit and then used my name in conjunction. Now, Brittany, a droopy, if you wouldn't mind demonstrating, is basically where you just get down in a push-up position and stand back up. Now, if you want to make this movement harder, you can just do a burpee. Now, a burpee is where you get to the ground fast, you kick your legs back, you do a push-up, you jump your feet back up, and you jump up in the air. So, Brittany, there you go, feet back, push up, and jump. Perfect. Next on the list is a push-up. Now, push-up can seem pretty easy, however, they can be very challenging. So, Brittany, demonstrate just a regular, typical push-up here. And if you want to make a push-up easier, you can drop to your knees and do a push-up there. And then if you want to make a push-up even easier, you can do it against the wall. So you can stand up here against the wall, step your feet out a couple feet, and press from the wall. And there's no shame in that. Wherever you start is where you start. That's what you got. Get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Lying leg raises. These are great for the core, and if you'd like to demonstrate for us, Brittany, a lying leg raise, what helps is if you take your hands in a diamond type shape and put those right under your butt and tailbone, and then extend the legs down to the ground and back up. Now, when you're just beginning, sometimes this can be really hard. And after you're getting fatigued, you've done this for a little while, what you can do to make it easier is from this position, tuck your knees up to your chest, extend the feet, and then come down. All right? Tuck the knees to the chest, extend, and then come down. Let's see how we can make a plank a little bit easier as well. So a typical plank, you're going to be on your elbows on the ground. You've created a straight line from your shoulders all the way down to your ankles. This can get challenging at times. What you see people do is bring their butt way high up in the air, or they droop their hips way low to the ground. If a plank is getting really challenging, just get up in a push-up position. From there, and just hold yourself in that position. That's going to be challenging in and of itself. And if that's still too hard, you can do these up against the wall as well. And you can try from your elbows to start, and then out from your hands as well, getting further and further away from the wall. Seal jacks. A seal jack is just like a jumping jack, except for instead of bringing your arms above your head, you bring them out straight in front of you, kind of like a seal clapping. But the name actually comes from the Navy SEALs. They do these a lot. And then with your legs down here with the seal jack, you crisscross your feet over each other as you're jumping. If a seal jack is too hard, you can do a typical jumping jack. And if a jumping jack is still too hard, you can just pretend like you're jumping rope. Get those arms moving too. And if jumping is challenging of itself, you can just sidestep back and forth with a little clap in there. Yeah, just like that. Great to start, especially if you have any tightness or problems with the knees and you don't want to do a lot of that jumping movement. Supermans. These are great for you developing your back strength, glute strength, hamstring strength, basically the whole posterior chain, but they can be hard at times. So Brittany, just demonstrate a Superman for us. You're lying on your stomach, you're extending your arms out in front of you, your legs back behind you, and you're lifting everything up off the ground. Creates a lot of tension back here, and sometimes it can be challenging when you're just starting. So you can do repetitions. In the workouts, we hold these for timed amounts, but if that's hard, just do them for reps at a time. Hold it for a second or two, and then release. Hold it for a second or two, and then release. Another great move that I like to use in the videos are knee tucks. Basically, you're in a push-up position, and you're driving the opposite legs, the knee, up to your chest in a controlled motion. Now, from here, it's harder to make this move a little bit easier, but you can make it a lot harder by doing mountain climbers, and that's just kicking up the intensity, and you're basically driving those knees as fast as possible, running up a mountain. Oh wow, there she goes, she's going for it. Russian twists, another great core exercise. Sitting on the ground, lifting the feet up off the ground, and rocking the torso side to side. This can be hard as well, and if you're struggling with any core strength, just regress this movement into a sit-up. And simple enough. And if you want to make it harder for a Russian twist, you just crank up the intensity, or you can use a weight. In and outs, a great high intensity movement that's really going to spike the heart rate. Brittany, if you demonstrate for us, please. You're hopping with your feet out, and then in between your hands and out, and in and out. Now, if this movement's too hard, you can regress it to a knee tuck. Still going to work on the core, still going to get you fired up. Very good. That's it. That's all the progressions and regressions you will need for the next month. Have fun, and remember, stay motivated.